Hi, everybody. My name is Amy Venner-Hamdi, and welcome to what I believe may be a life-changing moment for many of you. I want to talk about a food crisis that's finally being exposed. And what I am referring to is putting every American at risk. And you and I and our families are no exception. I'm talking about a chemical called glyphosate. It may be more commonly known and seen at your home improvement store under the name of Roundup. Studies are showing that this chemical, this poisonous herbicide, is in up to 75% of our food supply, and it is very dangerous. The World Health Organization has labeled this as a human health hazard. The state of California is labeled it as a carcinogen, and the city of LA is taking steps to ban it in its public areas. As a mom, I'm truly scared. As an owner and leader of a nutrition company, I see this is why I want to make a difference. And I'm very, very excited to not just be talking about this devastating problem that is pervasive and affecting us all, but to be talking about a solution. And that solution is coming to us by way of my friend and business partner, David Sandoval. He's a pioneer in the nutrition industry. He's written the Green Foods Bible. He's a visionary that sees problems before others do, and he comes up with solutions before others are even thinking about it. He's a leader. He's a leading formulator in the world of nutrition. So welcome, Dave. How are you doing with us? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up.
Awesome.
Well, Amy, this is absolutely perhaps the most serious issue facing our world today. It is more important than global warming. It's more important than any geopolitical foe. In fact, it's more important than any viral outbreak or emerging virus. It is the greatest danger facing Americans and perhaps the world today. And while we would hope to block and to stop this chemical from being used, we have failed in that endeavor. And while we could try to avoid this chemical through better food choices and through better lifestyle, it has virtually become impossible. In fact, it is found that Californians have the toxic level equal to that which caused fatty liver cancer in rats, but 50 times higher. This is a legitimate crisis. We have failed in blocking it. We have failed to suppress it, and we are left to the challenge of repairing the damage that has been done. And this is a challenge that we have risen to. I've drawn upon my 30 years of formulating experience and my contacts in the scientific world to put together what I believe is the only existing solution that is going to be able to eliminate this potentially deadly toxin from our environment. And so I put together a combination of powerful phytochemicals and superfoods. But my hypothesis that this was going to work was just that. It was a theory. It was something that I believed but was not proven. In order to prove it, we endeavored to do that through conducting preclinical, double-blind, placebo-controlled studies. And the end result was unbelievably impressive. In fact, we were able to reduce the level of this toxin within the human body by 74% within just 6 weeks. Now, this is very, very impressive. We've taken this evidence and we've shown it to experts in the field, and they have been impressed. I have one of those experts in the field standing by, and Amy is ready to introduce him to you now.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you for sharing that amazing information, being so passionate and being the visionary to see the problem and to come up with a solution. Well, as you just alluded to, we have with us Brett Hawes. He is a functional medicine practitioner, a holistic clinical nutritionist, a faculty member from the prestigious Institute of Holistic Nutrition, and he's an expert on clinical detoxification and holistic nutrition. Thank you so much, Brett, for being on, and I'd love to hear your thoughts about this serious problem and solution.
Awesome, Amy. Thanks so much for having me here, guys. And, you know, as a seasoned practitioner now with almost 15 years of experience seeing people in clinic one-on-one, and also a staunch anti-GMO activist, we've been looking for a solution to the glyphosate problem for quite some time now. And up until now, there hasn't actually been a viable solution. So when I was first presented with Biome as a product, immediately I sort of perked up and said, whoa, this is a bold claim for someone to say that this detoxifies glyphosate. And I said, show me the data, like what's going on. And as time unfolded, you know, waiting for those preclinical trials to come in and then getting the data, I was absolutely astounded at a 76% reduction in C-reactive protein, 74% reduction in glyphosate, as well as improving intestinal barrier function and immunity. So what I did was took that data and I shared it with some of my inner circle, comprising of doctors, of scientists, as well as overseas organizations. And I said, you know, guys, can you have a look at this and let me know what you think, because this looks really, really good to me. They came back with their feedback and said, this is solid. This is looking really, really good in terms of science. And now I've taken that into my clinical practice and started working with some of my clients and sharing that with other practitioners. So I'm super psyched to see what the future holds. And we're actually looking at furthering studies to move beyond glyphosate and actually start to incorporate other pesticides and agricultural chemicals.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brett. That we so appreciate the way that you have grasped on to this solution. You see the value in it and you're changing lives out there with it. So thank you so much for being such a supporter of this cause and of changing people and changing the world for the better. Absolutely,
Amy. Thank you so much as well.
Thank you. Well, I have another special guest that was going to join us on this live event, and that is Dr. Dana McGrady. She's a doctor of Oriental medicine and acupuncture, and she graduated from Florida College of Integrative Medicine when she was 20 years old. She comes from a lineage, a family of people that want to help people through nutrition and a holistic approach, and she has 2 clinics in Florida, one on the East Coast, one on the West, and she drives back and forth because she loves her patients so much. So welcome, Dr. Dana. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Amy. I am so excited to be here. Thank you for inviting me on. The one thing I'm going to tell you is when I first found out about this product and what it does to the body by cleaning out the glyphosate out of the gut lining, I was jumping up and down, more for the fact that the world needs this product more than anything else. So for me, I started using it right away. I wanted to try it myself. And the things that I started experiencing were incredible. I started getting glowing skin. That was the first thing. People would look at me and they'd look closely and they'd do a double take and they'd say, what are you doing different with your skin? The only thing different was the Biome. And so what is in the gut comes out in the skin, as always. So as my gut was cleaning up and the Biome was healing everything up, I was like blown away that my skin was glowing. So as we know, when the body's given the right nutrients, it has the ability to heal itself. And so that's what happens when given the right nutrients. So I have a couple different testimonials I want to tell you about, stuff that really got me super excited when I started introducing the Biome to my friends and to my family and to my patients. So there was a patient that I had for about a year, And this patient, no matter what I did, I could not get her bloating to come down. So she had yeast overgrowth, she had tons of hormonal problems, and she had this big, huge bloated belly, which I know is leaky gut syndrome, right? And glyphosate at its finest, right? Chemical toxic overload with the liver. So when she came to me right after the Biomedic launched, that's the only new thing that I gave her. I didn't give her anything else, just the Biomedic. She came back to me 6 weeks later, and her stomach had gone down 7 inches. She went from a 45 or a 42-inch waist down to a 35 in 6 weeks from just adding the Biomedic. And this is someone I had been using my expertise on and working with her for over a year. I was blown away. That was the first aha moment that I had about this miracle product. So now let's take it back a step to, yes, it's nice to have glowing skin. Yes, women love that their bloating goes away. I think that's the number one thing I've heard is that the bloating goes away. People have happier brain chemicals because of the gut-brain barrier. So lots of women are saying depression gone, bloating gone, happiness. But for me, the biggest kicker is when I see it in children. So when I see children that are having amazing results, when I have a good friend, Tara, who's an amazing health coach. Her son has a sensory processing disorder, and he has severe dyslexia. And it's hard for him to sit still. So since he started taking the Biomedic, he actually has been building advanced Lego sets. He's been sitting quietly. He's been less anxious and calm. And the biggest thing is he always had a lot of reactions to food sensitivities. You know, he would have certain foods and he would have a flushed face afterwards because of all of his food sensitivities. Since taking the Biomedic, he has no more symptoms from food sensitivities. That means as his gut is getting better, his food sensitivities are getting better. So that to me is huge. And as for his mama, she had really, really bad anxiety. She always couldn't drive on a highway. Her anxiety was so bad. Since taking the Biomedic, she has no more anxiety and she can now drive on the highway, which is such a huge thing, you know, for just life to be better. So the next thing I want to talk about another child, and this is Roseanne. It's her 3.5-year-old son, and he is a special needs child, and his teachers have been the ones that have noticed. So now, since taking the Biomedic morning and night, she puts it in his juice. She said that he can sit in circle time quietly and calmly, and now he can almost sit through a full movie. So I just feel like when they take the Biomedic and it has that leaky gut-brain barrier, it helps to clean out those toxins that are making us have more anxiety, that are making our tummy bloated, that basically our body's rejecting this chemical toxic overload. So when you're taking something that's safe for children, safe for pregnancy, safe for anyone on the planet, and yet we all need it. So I feel like this is a miracle product. I promise you, Amy and Dave, that I will take this product every day for the rest of my life, and I'm going to give it to everyone that I love. So thank you so much. These testimonials alone tell me how much the planet needs this product.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Dana. You know, those testimonials, especially the ones for children, just bring a tear to my eye, knowing that we are changing the world, that this is a life-changing product. So thank you so much for your advocacy and for embracing this product and seeing what it can do for everybody, and especially those kids.
Thank you, Amy. Love you, girl.
Love you. Well, thank you to our guests that were on tonight. You know, we have a food crisis. There is a crisis going on right now. We can't escape it. It's pervasive, and we cannot be in denial. And we have a product at our fingertips. We have a solution at our fingertips that in our preclinical trial, our small study preclinical trial, was shown to remove 74% of this poisonous toxic herbicide from our bodies, that it's starting to heal the gut, that it is lowering the inflammatory response measured by C-reactive protein. That was lowered by 75% in our clinical study. We have a solution that is called Biome from Purium. So please, if you are learning about this for the first time, get with the person who shared this video with you. They have a $50 gift card for you to get started, for you to try this product and experience the amazing benefits that Dr. Dana was talking about for yourself, that Brett was talking about for yourself. These two practicing clinicians, holistic clinicians, are using it in their practice and they're seeing results. This is a big problem and we have a powerful solution. So please go to iShopPurium.com. Search for Biome. There's some amazing reviews on the product right there on the page that you can read some other stories of what people have experienced by using the product. But we have a 60-day money-back guarantee. So what do you have to lose? Please get with a person that shared this video with you if this touched your heart in any way, because this is a pervasive problem, but this is a powerful solution that we have. And I believe that your health and the health of your family depend on it. So thank you so much for tuning in with us tonight. Please, again, if this touched your heart in any way, share this video, pay it forward, and help someone that you love. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all our special guests, David Sandoval, Brett Hawes, Dana McGrady. Love the passion, love the information, love the advocacy for helping people through nutrition. And we will see you later. Love you guys. Bye for now.